What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Let me focus in real fast. So, to continue on what I was elaborating on, UFOs and aliens are gas. As you can see, the world spins clockwise, counterclockwise, and there's a whole bunch of effects and effects of the earth. So this is very real. And I just want to elaborate on how people don't understand certain things that happen in the earth, because not everybody knows and everything isn't explained the proper way. A lot of things are based on propaganda, and the more they peddle you a story, the more money other people could make. It's just like medicine. Instead of having cures, they have a direct cure for everything. It's just that we have this thing called the economy, and we have to keep it spinning. So it's another form of propaganda when you're making all types of medications with side effects. Just like you make up all these stories on how there's different races of aliens and how there's different shapes of UFOs and where they come from. It's just a circuit of the earth, people. Do not get it confused, misconstrued, or anything like that. If something is spinning, like I said before, dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I should play. So therefore, these images you see, whether they're flying or they just appear, they're just a circuit of the earth. Nobody yet can still explain electricity, thunderbolts, jolts. You see the earth is spinning, so therefore it's alive. You see grass grows, it's alive. Leaves grow, it's alive. You see the process of a butterfly, right? So it's phases. So there's a whole bunch of gases, combustion. Is it a mirage? Is it a hallucination? All those things are possible in the human brain. A hallucination or a mirage, depending on heat, terrain, and certain natural elements and like progress and processes, photosynthesis, precipitation, condensation. So the world is spinning. Right? The world is spinning. And what you have is an effect because the gravity is pulling down, and then you have a standstill effect because of the gravity is pulling down. So if the universe is parallel, and that's why we're not rising up, then whatever is standing still has free will to move around. So even if it's a person, a beast, a bug, or just the gases that are alive. Now, I bring this to Adam and Eve because I said, the story shows that it was some type of, let me see, what's the perfect word? Some type of knowledge possessed, because at the end of the day, how did they know they were hungry if they knew nothing? So, gases can hurt you. Ether, laughing gas. They had a gas that they used in a war to where the same gender was attracted to the same gender. So these natural gases in your body hurt you. Too much stomach gas. If you know, lose a lot of weight, your head gets big, your body shrinks like an alien. You know, it's things like that that can open your eyes to what's really going on in the world. So that's all that is. I mean, to call it an entity, I mean, it looks kind of intimidating. Can it hurt us? Hasn't yet. I mean, gas can hurt you. I just don't understand why the government would want to panic you, but you can't yell certain words in a crowd. You know, it's a little odd. I mean, that thing is like a top hat. You know, it's like these ideas of these men in black with hats, and then you see something like this. I doubt it. I think it's just an abundance of energy. You know, it's just a circuit of nature. You know, it's pretty cool looking. Not gonna lie, does scare you a little something. You know. But we still haven't mastered on how birds and insects take flight, on how primates resemble humans, on why bugs, why they're attracted to the dung and all that other stuff, you know. But it's pretty cool. Not to say if it's real or fake. For what it is, it's just the circuit. It's just the earth rotating. And then a creation is formed. That's what it is. You have to understand, these people know this also. It's energy. The wind. You feel the wind blow. You feel it, but you can't see it all the time unless it's Mother Nature, like a storm or a tornado or a hurricane or whatever. You know, that's just my point. So, like, on average, when you're looking at the clouds aren't in the shape of a UFO. Sometimes when your left brain, which is the picture side of your brain, when it like keys into certain things, you can see like an image that your brain is already familiar with. So if you see faces in the clouds, or we could look at this cloud right here, it could pass as like a underwater animal or something, like some type of fish or seal or whatever. You know, like if you really look at it and then, you know, you draw it on your own, you know, you do the carving on your own, you can actually try to put a picture which is delightful to yourself. But I don't think this specific situation right here, if you've been following my page, is an entity from a different universe. That's what they say, or some type of supernatural being or some type of technology. You know, they have issues and problems tracking these things because they're too fast. I mean, sometimes they could, sometimes they can't. They can't really get close to them unless they crash. And that's my point. When it crashes at wherever it crashes, don't you notice it doesn't crash into a building, or it doesn't crash into the playground with a whole bunch of kids? It's attracted because of the magnets, and it's full of energy. Like when you see one that's flying and it looks like an alarm, a flying alarm, when you see it and it crashed somewhere, Specifically, that was because of the magnet of the earth brought it there. This situation right here, I don't think it's has a destination, but for some that seen the actual flying objects, you see the object that's full of energy. Maybe it's like a storm in the inside of the creation of the UFO, and then as it's attracted magnetically and it crashes, then you understand that that part of the earth where it crashed, it was a bunch of energy supposed to be consumed at that specific spot. So I don't see why you're saying that this is a out of world, out of universe experience or being or something like that. Like if you picked up on Bob Lazar and he recreated or he fixed an aircraft that they found, he really couldn't fix it the way it was supposed to be fixed, and it had a backfire effect, and it kind of polluted the sky where he stood, and some type of corona fire, blue flame, like just went into the air, is because he wasn't supposed to touch it. So that's what I'm saying. Like the earth has an automatic intelligence that human beings really haven't mastered yet. So if you haven't mastered the intelligence, right, I don't think it's smart to say that there's other people in this land or from this world. I don't think it's smart to put people in a frenzy like that without a 100% valid explanation. You're keeping people paranoid. You're keeping people like on their toes for no reason, because nothing has yet happened. We can't get close to it and touch it and grab it or fly into it because it's an object that's made from nature. So if you're trying to catch a piece of dandelion or daffodil, or I forget which one of the flowers, they go from yellow and then it goes like to that perishable white, and then it flies away and you see it flying in the air. Some people call it pollen. I think it's just a dead daffodil or something like that, or dandelion. And you try to grab it. Don't you notice the energy from you going to grab something that's natural, that grew from the earth? It makes it harder for you to grab it because of whatever reason. I guess it's a natural substance from the earth, and you're bringing an unnatural reaction into trying to grab it. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. So that's why they can't catch it, because when they see it flying, the unnatural energy from a fighter jet or from a plane or from some type of whatever man-made vehicle that's supposed to be fast, where the speed travels and you can hear it late, like it has a late thunder, what is it called, a sonic boom, like it has a late reaction. That unnatural man-made machine trying to creep up on something that was created within the rotation of the earth is two different type of speeds. It's two different type of energies. So it's not going to be able to creep up on something that's natural. First of all, it's not as fast, and the weight of the engine, the weight of the whole vehicle is going to automatically push something that weighs nothing. You're looking at these type of, now honestly and truthfully, you're looking at this, right? It looks like it weighs probably like 1,000 pounds or more, thousands and thousands of pounds, right? In all reality, if you was to get that close to it and you touch it, your finger will probably go through it. Or if it is a solid by now, because like I said, dreidel, he made it out of clay. If it's dry and ready, then dreidel, I should play. If it is made and you do grab it, it's probably light as hell. It's no way that this thing is made from the earth and is coming out the water weighing thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. Or if it's coming out of a volcano constructed from lava and all types of other stuff that's in there, and the gases that make up the explosion. You see what I'm saying? Because the earth is rotating and everything here is standing still. It's not like that ride at the amusement park where our backs is against the wall, like the UFO thing, and it's spinning like this. You see what I'm saying? And then we're spinning with the earth. We're not spinning with the earth. We're actually still, and it's spinning. So therefore, that's the effect that man hasn't mastered yet. That's what I'm saying. So if you see something flying out of a volcano, that's the effect. The earth is spinning, and then there's something being constructed right then and there through the function of the earth, through the gases, wind, whether it's dirt, whether it's whatever, because every like solid, whether it's a metal, wood, whatever, is made on earth. It naturally happens. Like it's here already. So the birth of it doesn't necessarily mean, it came from another planet, because the earth is rotating. And it looks like that's how you make that type of shape. A rotating 360, 360, 369, 720, whatever, 90, whatever. That's what it looks like. You don't see people in the hospital giving birth, and the mother's giving birth, and she's just flying around in a circle as the baby is coming out. You see what I'm saying? She's on her back, still pushing out, even though the earth is rotating. So how could you not understand that this right here is just an element from the earth? Bet you it doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds like you think it does. It's cool to look at, Think about the explosion of a volcano, right? You think about the explosion of a volcano, and you think about like the actual late sonic boom that you hear. Get it? You see it, it comes, boosh, and then at the top it looks like that figure. I think I kind of just solved it.